Hello, I'm Seymour Segnet here with your weekly update, and we've had a lot of feedback that you love seeing inside the products and seeing how they're being made. We've done this several times recently, but I'm going to do it again for you now. And we've actually got the pretty much final 3D files in for MAGFAST Live. It's been a long time coming, but I'm really pleased. So just a couple of pointers before I put it up on your screen. So first of all, it's going to be in all kinds of funny colors. Yours will be beautiful glossy white, or alpine white, or forest green, exactly as promised. We're looking at engineering models here, and they put different colors on the different parts to make it easier to see how it all fits together. So I want to say that. The other thing is that I am comically bad at using the 3D software to manipulate it on the screen. So when it goes flying off into the distance and I have to pull it back in again, please accept my apologies. So with that said, let's put it up on the screen. And the first thing I just want to say as hang on, do you see it's doing this thing? This is called isometric, which is why it looks crazy. I'm going to switch it to normal human viewing perspective. All right, I think I told you this the other day. Engineers like to work like this because this is the same length as this, but you put that on the screen and it looks crazy to the rest of us. So let's put it in normal view. And the first thing to say about this is that as odd as this is going to sound, I'm thrilled that at last this is exactly what we've been asking the guys to make. And I know it sounds odd, but most clients of these factories, of these suppliers, of these development houses, they're not nearly as demanding as we are about what the thing looks like. They just say, hey, put these features in, and they kind of don't mind where things wind up. And as simple as this looks, it's been a really long haul to get it looking exactly the way we designed it. Doesn't that seem bonkers? Because we would design a certain curve, like here or something, and then they'd want to move this, and they'd change the curve, and we'd say, no, this is the curve. That's why it feels so great in your hand. We spent, we spent ages determining exactly what this curve should be. So here it is. This is a fully engineered model of exactly what we've been asking, including every single curve. And I'm just going to zoom this in now. I want to show you I want to show you how the cable works in here a little bit. All right. This, by the way, will not be engraved in here. That's just a placeholder. We're going to be printing that beautifully onto the surface. So let's talk about the cable for a second. And I actually have the cable available by itself in a different window here, because the cable, the cable itself has had a huge amount of work on it. This is what it looks like from the side. And remember, this thing is tiny. You're not going to be looking at it in anything like this amount of detail. But I just want to point out several elements here. First of all, this little thin piece along the top is designed for a couple of reasons. And if we view it from the top, first of all, it gives you this nice kind of organic curve here that matches, look, the shape of where it sits. So we've got these lovely spoon shapes that echo each other like this. And here, this curve here, do you see how it kind of echoes the shape of this? So we have that curve. However, if we go, this is my best, let me do this here. However, it can't stay that thick all the way down because there wouldn't be room for it. So it's got this kind of thinness to it here. And in practice, when you reach in with your fingers to lift it out, your fingers will push against here, and it'll actually bend under your fingers and therefore give you more grip. So it'll actually kind of fold away under your fingers, give you more grip for pulling it in and out even more easily, and look beautiful when it's there. Remember, it's going to be a beautiful white. Okay, coming along here, we go straight for the middle section as it comes along here. And then when we come up to the end, again, as much as we can, we're getting this, let me flip it over to, where's my other window here? Did I close the other window? No, I clicked in the wrong place. As much as we can, we've got this flow coming out here, and then we go back in. I don't know if you remember, but one of the things that I had promised in the design was that the tips themselves would be. Let me see if we can see them from the side here. Do you see how they're nice and beautifully rounded here, so that they're going to fit into any case? All right, I know it looks big on the screen here, but this is actually all quite quite tiny in practice. This curve here, this beautiful dome shape, is designed, it matches the tips that we have for use on MAGFAST wall, and the tip will fit into any case. This curve is designed to be small enough to do that. And if you look at most chargers that have built-in cables, the end of the cable is designed to fit nicely, if you can believe it, into the side of the charger. And so very often it's all squared off here with no thought to the case of your phone that it's going to have to go into. So a lot of love has gone into here. I'm actually going to remove the cable from here now, which I can do by doing this. I think if I go hide, it's going to leave you with the with the plug, and this is the actual wire and everything inside. So let me just remove. Hang on. Let me just remove the rest of it here. Hang on, hide. I'll remove the tip itself. Oh, have I got to remove each of the cables separately? Can I multiply do those? Oy, oy, oy. You know what? I'm not going to keep you waiting. If you don't mind, I'm going to leave the wires in place there because I want to hide this and hide that, which is the very bottom of the tip, so that you can zoom in here and see the bottom here. And I think I told you the other week we've increased the size of this so you can fit any USB-C cable you've got. Well, there'll be plenty of room to plug it in down here. Quite a few people have asked about that, but I wanted to zoom in, and it's a little difficult to do from here. But just underneath here, this area here of the scoop is where the cable needs to touch. And can I do the underside view? Is this the underside view here? Yeah. So this area here of it needs to exactly match, again, forgive me, needs to exactly match the scoop. There we go, let's see. Needs to exactly match the scoop, because when the cable flips in, this part touches the scoop. So a huge amount of work. Christo was telling me he spent, I think, 3 hours just working on the exact shapes that are going on here. I'm sorry I can't show them to you better. Maybe you can see here the exact intersection of all of the curves. A huge amount of work. All right, let's go back to the other one now. And then what I'm going to do super quick is to just start taking it apart for you, because I thought it would be kind of fun. So let's take off the front cover here. And let's point at the front cover. And we'll just take this off, hide it. All right, and underneath you can immediately see it. Here's the coil. This is the coil that's going to do the nice fast Qi charging. I've told you before we've upgraded the spec of this so that we'll do 50% faster charging for Apple to their standard, and double the charging speed for Android, and the others certified by Qi, by the Wireless Power Consortium. So there's the coil. This is the little switch, the little touch switch on the front. Actually, leave that. I'll remove some of the larger components. Let's take this board out of the way. Here, can we just highlight this guy here? Come on, this software is really clunky to use. Right, hide it. So we hide that board, and now we can see what's going on underneath. I think I'll hide the coil as well. All right, and here you've got some padding going on here. Do you see here, which is to protect the batteries in the case of a fall. And then here you've got the batteries. Let me hide one, and there's the other one behind it. There's going to be two of them ganged up. All right, to provide the power, 6,000 milliamp hours. So that's a switch down at the bottom there. Let's hide the other battery. Hang on, let's hide this battery. Hide it. Boom. Now you can kind of see through to the back. I guess I can maybe remove the back as well. And now you can, no, I haven't fully hidden the back yet, have I? Let me take the back off here. Hide it. And so now you can see the main unibody chassis. Those of you who are familiar with automotive engineering will appreciate this. Do you see that this guy here, right, is one single solid chassis? And this is hard to make. I mean, there are experienced tool makers who will look at that piece and tell you that is that is really, really hard to make from a molding point of view. All right, I'm not going to go into that now because I'm not a mold expert. But one of the things that that the guys have done is we've been saying this thing has to be super solid. You know how most chargers just feel kind of janky in your hand. We want this thing to feel super solid, and one of the ways that that's being achieved is by having this unibody structure here. All right, what else have we got to look at here? I think we should go up into the top here. Let's see if we can zoom in here. And let me see if I can grab this down a little bit. Yeah, this will be a good view like this. And let's remove this circuit board from here. Hide it. Boom. All right, this guy here, this is your, look. I wish I had got rid of these. Shall I get rid of these quickly? Hide. Hide. I should have done this earlier. Sorry about this. Hide. Is that all of them? I think that's all of them on the way out. Right. So this is your USB-C outlet, right? The one that you've used for years. And here it is. Here it is inside. Yeah, that's the part inside. Similarly, if we go behind this circuit board here, oops, if we go behind this circuit board here, we're going to see, and there's the USB-C part, which goes with the USB-C outlet up on the top here. And this is the amazing thing. Look what a difference a few years makes. This USB-C system, the new USB-C cables, can just carry, I don't know what the number is, but it's like 100 times more power and 1,000 times more data or whatever it is. They're just so much better. And look, a fraction of the size of the old ones. So the whole world is moving towards C, and we're thrilled to be supporting it properly like this. And then this is another hard to make part. Again, if you're a tool maker, you'll be looking at this in wonderment at the moment. I'm just going to hide it here, and this will give us a little bit of a view into the final thing. I want to just, in fact, let's hide this guy as well. I wanted to show you, here are your magnets. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you don't see them from the top, of course. Zip, 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 zip. Back you come. But here they are, 1, 2, 3, 4. The magnets that pair up with these electrodes. It's a magneto-mechanical electrical connection, isn't it? So there's a mechanical element, which is that these guys fit into the matching part on the other end. So you've got a mechanical, you've got magnetic, and then you've got the electrical connection in here as well, all designed to work in perfect harmony. And that's just about it, I think. Micro USB on the end, which you remember we've got for compatibility, because if the truth is told, you've already got a bunch of micro USB cables around your house. If you've got one, you've probably got a couple of dozen. So that means you'll always be able to use cables you've already got for charging it up. You remember this? 4 ways of getting power in, 5 ways of getting power out. So here, let's count the ways of getting power in. 1, micro. Okay. 2, not shown here. I hit it by accident earlier on. There's another Qi coil on the back, so you can get power in wirelessly. Right. 3, you can get power in by plugging a USB-C cable into here. That'll be the fastest, the very fastest way. It'll be pretty good all the way around, but that'll be the very fastest way of getting power in. And now I've lost count. What's the fourth? Oh, the fourth way is MAGFAST, of course. Yeah, you'll stick this straight on top of MAGFAST wall, all right, and you get power comes in through this end. You'll stick this straight on top of your MAGFAST wall, your wall charger, or stick it onto, if this is depleted, you can just attach it to another one of these that has power in and share it between them. What else have we got here? LED strip along the front. This is actually not the LEDs themselves. This is what's called a light pipe. A light pipe. Can I get that bigger on the screen? Not sure how easy it's going to be to see here, but basically the LEDs are behind here, and these little bumps feed the light from the back up to the front. I think I was talking about that on MAGFAST Air the other day, was I not? So hide that. Anything interesting behind it? Not that interesting. I think we might be done with interesting stuff here, actually. If we were to go into the bottom now, we would see, I guess, here we go. I'll hide the entire unibody now, like this, hide, and we'll see what we're left with down here. All right, and you've got this section in the bottom here. Here's the, this is interesting to see. So here's the pogo pins. These connectors are actually solid. You see that? And then these ones, right, have a tiny little spring loaded in them. So when you join them together, this will compress in, spring loaded in, and it makes contact with this fixed connector here. There's your magnets again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think we're just about there, aren't we? And there's your micro USB connection. So there you have it. It's, as you can see, it's a very, very solid design, and it's kind of a milestone when we got this file in, because for the first time it's fully designed for manufacturing. It's got all of the features that we promised. It's actually got better features than we promised, because we're going to be able to deliver power at higher rates and this, that, and the other than we had promised. There's an upgrade that I'm not telling you about yet, but that's going to thrill you when you receive this and open your box. And it's built for manufacturing, so every part of this, every single piece of the manufacturing process has been figured out. So we're thrilled. There are, of course, kind of a bunch of other products. We were looking at Life now. Air is at a similar state of completion. Extreme has got some work going on. It is going to be extreme. I will say that for sure. And Wall and Time, for those of you who've got the Apple Watch and have ordered Time. But after, what's that expression? Hurry up and wait. It feels like there's been waiting for a long time, and now things are going at a fantastic clip, and we just can't wait to get these into your hands. So any thoughts or comments or questions you have about this, please drop us a line. hello@magfast.com. hello@magfast.com. I'm Seymour Segnet. Thank you so much for joining us for this for your weekly update. We'll see you next week.